on here for a quick message or whatever. I ain't gonna be on here for a long time, at least I hope not. I had pulled these cards yesterday or whatever, so I wanted to come on here real quick and deliver this message. Give me 1 second, I'm about to put my Bluetooth in. So basically, the message that I got, the main message that I got is that a weight is going to be lifted from a lot of us, a lot of you guys. Um, but let's go deeper and see like where this energy is headed. For some of you, you might be an air sign. A reader that I follow on here just went live for air signs. So you could be an air sign, so Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Um, okay. So weight lifted, reporter or snitch, cigarettes, cigars. Y'all see it. Can't say it. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. That's deep. Nikola Tesla. Keys to the universe, free electricity, 369, coils. You make the devil take notes. Spirit ancestor stepping in on your behalf. Spirit animal, familiar, totem. Player's prayer, ring a bell, clear the energy. For the record, correction, album, confession, reporter. Raise your vibration, you set the tone. In your feelings / emotional as fuck. Baby, it's cold outside. Diviner, Egyptian Blue Lotus. That shit is played out like an A-track. Love, Nina Mosley from Love Jones. Hennessy Energy, Interference. Butterfly, Metamorphosis, Michael Jackson, Mariah Carey, Transform. So that was the energy that we have that came out in that deck. But let's really dive into it and get some messages. Now y'all done probably already got your own messages and developed your own storylines and all of this once all of this energy came out. But I basically had one that I more or less kind of considered. So let's work through it. Right. I feel like a weight is going to be lifted because there's finally going to be some information that's going to be revealed, discovered. Um, Somebody might finally be able to speak up, be able to say something. I heard with evidence. Um, Whether you are the person that's being snitched on or you're the person doing the snitching, if that makes sense. And I really don't want you to have a negative connotation with it because I kind of feel like whatever this is, like, I kind of get the fact that somebody or some people wouldn't hear you. I heard until now. Like they're going to be forced to hear you. Um, you or whoever this is may smoke cigarettes, or you have an ancestor or a spirit guide that does. Um, for some of you, I feel like there may be a conversation that you have with someone, possibly over a blunt. Um, like y'all might not be face to face, but y'all might be on the phone, but y'all both smoking. You see what I'm saying? Y'all could be face to face too. You could, for some of you, when I saw that cigars and cigarettes can't come out, I got the energy of like a cigar lounge. So you could be meeting someone at a cigar lounge. You could own a cigar lounge or are thinking about opening one. Um, I also feel like this is possibly in regards to a male, whether you are a male, whether this conversation or whatever this situation is regarding a male. Um, for some of you, it has to do with a romantic interest because of this energy here. Um, You and this person like could possibly, like I said before, be smokers. Somebody could snitch on the fact that y'all are even in talks with each other, or meeting with each other, having conversations. People could have been blocking this before, and this conversation may snitch on that, may reveal that, especially because this "forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do" energy. It's just, it feels like within here, or with somewhere within here, somebody was manifesting some bullshit, basically. Somebody was manifesting some bullshit. But I feel like the way that your ancestors and your spirit guides, and the way that you handled whatever this was, I feel like you made the devil take notes. Like, okay, this motherfucker is stronger than I thought. All right, all right. I might have to write that shit down so I remember that for the next one. You see what I'm saying? Like, for some of you, the divine, and I don't want to say it like this, but they're making me say it like this because it's for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, the divine made you go so hard at somebody, whether it was spiritually, physically, um, whatever it was, even if it was just simply pulling your energy away, pulling your, for some of y'all, heard your blessings and your protection away. For some of you, you called your energy back from off of this person, which could have been acting as some level of a barrier of protection, or a shield of protection for this person, and they don't realize that more or less like fucking you over is what removed that, more or less. Like the prayers that you might have prayed for this person for years, while they was asleep, while they was woke, while, you know, they didn't even know you was praying for them or whatever. Like, whether it was years, months, whatever it is, like, they don't even know that because of your prayers, God, the spirit realm, wasn't allowing certain shit to happen to this person or happen in this person's life. Um, for some of you, it's not just your ancestors and your spirit guides stepping in. It's not just, certain deities who give a fuck about you. It's literally their spirit animals, your familiars, their familiars too. For some of you, if this was another spiritual person, their familiar has moved out of the way to allow you to get hit. Or, I said allow you to get hit. So somebody might end up listening to that this applies to. Or somebody, or their familiar, you know, is gonna allow them to more or less get hit, because it's like whatever they were doing, I feel like they know that it was wrong. They could have been playing somebody, whether it was spiritually or emotionally. For like one group, I feel like it was emotionally and spiritually. Like, I feel like there was some spiritual manipulation so that it could be emotional, like turned to emotional manipulation. Like, for instance, somebody did an obsession spell so that a woman could be obsessed with a particular guy, whether it was himself or it was another guy or whatever, so that she would be thrown off track for whatever successes or abundances she was supposed to get, destiny or whatever rewards from spirit she was supposed to get. I heard too at a particular time, like, so I heard once in a lifetime, so it might have been some once in a lifetime chances that a male, for some of you it was a female, for some of you it was both. Um, they were trying to get in your way, and I feel like you might have been trying to tell people about this and nobody was really listening to you. But I feel like because the same shit is possibly happening to those people who wasn't listening to you, they hearing you now. You see what I'm saying? They might be coming back around to associate with you, basically socialize with you. Like, for instance, let's say your best friend got a new friend, and they start fucking with that friend all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time, and then shit start going sour, and then now they popping back up in your energy or in your face, or now they calling you, texting you, now they liking posts and this, that, and the other again. Before they ain't had one, they ain't want to have shit to do with you. They don't call you, they don't text you. You send them some shit, they don't even respond. You try and call them, they text you and hit you with the what you need, what you want. You did. But now that they might need your energy back, they on their way back. But again, spirits and ancestors, spirit animals, they stepping in on your behalf. For some of you, you need to be, as you listening to this and as you see this 1111, as I say this, ring a bell, clear the energy. For some of you, you need a bell on your altar, not only to clear the energy, but to call in your spirits and your spirit guides. 1122, as I said that. For some of you, spirit is coming in, your ancestors, your spirit guides, the divine guide, him herself is coming in to clear the record, or to make the, I heard set the record straight. I'm gonna probably add that to this card too, or make a new one that says that. But I feel like someone is coming in to set the record straight for you. For some of you, I heard to clear your name as well. Um, but make sure that you stay in a high vibration, because some of you might have been very emotional lately. And I do feel like it's possibly because shit, you might have felt isolated, especially with this baby is cold outside energy. Um, Shit, people may have felt, have shit pushed you away. You may have been divinely stripped of a lot of people and set into hermit mode 1233, as I say that. Because that's where spirit wanted you, because I heard development. You needed to, there was a certain level of development that you needed to gain. There were um, phases of development, thank you, that not only you but other people had to go through, and that's why you have to be separated from these people. For some of you, you are going to be able to come back around, um, and regain, like, relationships, or rebuild rather relationships with some of these people. But for others of you, you will absolutely not be able to. I feel like it's due to the fact that there are a lot of people who were removed from your life who, one, they weren't in alignment with you, but for others, you know, it's a time for healing, it's a time for action. You know, some, you may be headed towards something, something may be headed towards you. For some of you, you're an Aries, or Aries is headed towards you. Um, you may be healing the situation, or taking action to heal the situation, because you know it's time to heal. But for some of you, you may know that if you don't initiate the healing, it's never going to happen, if that makes sense. For some of you, I heard you might have to twist somebody's arm, or it feels like you might be twisting somebody's arm. Um, for others of you, that just, it doesn't apply to you. For some of you, this could be another person who has put you through all of this shit, and you know they want to come back around and heal things with you, or you want to heal things with them, or vice versa, or mutually y'all want to heal things between you. Yeah, a conclusion is within reach, you know, with this. I feel like for some of you, possibly by the next, or the coming full moon, um whichever sign is in for you and for your particular situation, I feel like by the next full moon, like the one coming, or a full moon after this next one. will bring the conclusions that you are seeking into view and to reach. Yeah, for many of you, you may be concerned right now because of the fact that like literally nothing is set in stone and you want it to be. But for others of you, I heard patience. Patience is a virtue, and patience is going to be your main virtue. Because without patience, you can't get anything. And you can't maintain it either, or keep it, rather. For some of you, you may be a mutable sign as well, or have that energy in your chart. Yeah, see, I'm getting a lot of Aries energy out here. So Aries has to do with beginnings. Yeah, nothing is set in stone. A fiery climax approaches. Confidence is your key to success. So yeah, whatever this is, you need to be confident in it, and understand regardless of if you are not confident in it, it's still going to come. It's still going to show up. For many of you, it's time to release negativity. It's time to release, like I said, those negative mindsets, that negative self-talk. Don't joke about it, because it might manifest. I think I mentioned this in my new moon and Cancer reading as well. But yeah, for some of you, you might be a Scorpio or have Scorpio in your chart, might have Leo in your chart, or you're dealing with one. For some of you, you are a Sagittarius. Yeah, this new moon energy might have kicked you into, I heard, a different gear. This also goes back to the energy I picked up on today in my card of the day, which was alchemy. With Queen Nefertiti, Egypt can have some significance to you. Um, I heard that particular dynasty, the one after or the one before. Um, for some of you, you need to bring love into a certain situation that you possibly have been cold or I heard withdrawn from for some of you. It could be with the Scorpio, with the Sagittarius, with the Leo, with the Aries, with an Aquarius for some of you. Remember, I picked up on air signs at the beginning, so it could be any air sign, just honestly, but that's what we have out here for some of you, Taurus. For some of you, remember when I said there were certain blockages that were happening? For some of you, these could be the signs of the people that was blocking you, who had you in a ball. I heard a ball of negativity. For some of you, um, if these people were casting spells or just speaking things out into the universe over you or over your life, it could have been around one of these moons as well. For some of you, it was around a Scorpio moon, and if I'm not mistaken, last Halloween was a Scorpio moon. Now I know, of course, Halloween falls within Scorpio season. However, I think the moon was in Scorpio as well at that time. For some of you, there could have been magic done on you, like against you. Um, for some of you, I'm hearing in 2022 and in 2021 at the same time or during the same time period. Um, I heard which is why it's stuck or stuck for so long. But like the energy said, prosperity lies ahead. A new start is coming. Look at the bigger picture. Believe in the impossible. It's time to release negativity and bring love into a situation. So for some of you, yeah, like the Pisces energy says here, you need to bring balance, or you need to balance spirituality and practicality. So for some of you, yes, do the spiritual work, but make sure you're doing the physical work as well. um, yeah, for some of you, you need to be bold and initiate something. You need to make the first move. For some of you, you are a cardinal sign. And forgive me, mutable signs. I don't remember what y'all are. I think y'all are Gemini, Taurus, um, Aquarius, matter of fact, and Leo. Uh, Cardinal signs. I know what we are, y'all. Cause shit, I'm one of the cardinal signs. Um, excuse me. Cardinal signs are uh Cancer, Aries, Libra, and hold on, there's one more. Hold on, cause see this shit don't bug me. Hold on, y'all. I know y'all like, damn it. I thought she said this was gonna be a short one. And is she really tripping? And how does she not know that? But look, y'all, I never really dealt with the astrology side as hard as like some of my other cohorts and colleagues within the profession. I'm getting there though. Like I know it, but I don't know it. Like if that makes sense. Like I could give you some pointers on your birth chart, but I'm damn sure gonna send you to Southern Mystic, so you can get her or Guru Tracy. They both got YouTube pages here, so please look them up. They both do wonderful birth chart readings, so shout out to my homegirls, and I'm gonna try and tag their pages down below. Either one of them, I'm trying to tell you, like, get you a birth chart reading from one of them. Like, they gonna break shit down to you to where you understand yourself better and you thought you knew yourself. You see what I'm saying? They gonna really open your eyes about yourself. And two, like if you want to get birth chart readings done for your kids, Guru Tracy, she does those, okay? But anyway, I feel like regardless of what this is, what this was, what imbalances you had going on, I feel like it's a win-win outcome forecast for you. For some of you, you could be a Libra. Again, remember I picked up on air signs at the beginning, and it's not an air sign reading, but if you are an air sign and you resonate with this, then more power to you. 22, as I just said that. But a win-win outcome is forecast for you. I feel like from you taking this initiative and you believing in the impossible, believing in the divine. For some of you, you had to step out of your comfort zone into a certain space, and you had to hold on to your vision again, believing in the impossible, believing in what you couldn't see. For some of you, spirit required adjustments. For some of you, that had to do with your emotions. You feel me? So for some of you, you've been working with the moon energies or working with energy and spirits that are aligned with the moon. For some of you, you're somewhere in your birth chart. The moon may heavily influence you. For some of you, you were born in the in between the daylight and the dark. Could have been like early morning, late night, early morning. That song by Marsha Ambrosius may be significant as well for some of you. Um, excuse my background, y'all. I got my door open for fresh energy. But I feel like for many of you, you stepping out of your comfort zone, that could have meant that um, you needed to show people the real you. For some of you, there may be a facade that you wear, quote unquote, out in public for people, because you aren't sure if people will accept the real version of you. Um, because in the past, you may have had, and this could come from your childhood, you have had people, whether it was friends, family, um, classmates, whatever, teachers, for some of you I'm hearing, who have been like very hard on you about, I heard, who you are, because it didn't fit their box, because it didn't fit their ideal or ideas, their perspective, or the picture that they had in their head for or of you. Which is why you've possibly had fears in showing people who you are. For some of you, it has to do with your appearance because although you think you look good, you have had people tease you, whether it was about your hair. For some of you, it's your nose. For some of you, it's your eyes. For some of you, it's your skin tone. Um, whether you're dark, medium, light, whatever it is, you've been teased. And that's why you're afraid. For some of you, you've been bullied even into adulthood, whether it was because you were abused by family, friends, or for the most part, I'm feeling it's many of you who were abused by your significant other. And if you came into the relationship with insecurities or um, things that weaknesses or things that you weren't as confident in, I feel like this person may have discovered those things after so long. You may have revealed these things, whether willingly or unwillingly, to this person, and they possibly could have taken advantage of that. For some of you, it's an Aquarius or a Scorpio. Um, for others of you, or for some of you, it's because you possibly are a Virgo or have it somewhere in your chart. For some of you, it was a Virgo. Um, and you have a sweetness to you. Um, I heard for some of you, you have a sweetness to you, but you're still a monster. And for many of you, you don't let that shadow side, that monster side in you show um, because of your past. And I feel like you don't need to, okay, so don't let it show in a way where it could be destructive to you or somebody else, right? Somebody, look, spirit just said hold on now, because somebody needs to hear. Now if you got to be somebody else, now this does not mean your significant other, this is not an advocacy or a blessing to um for domestic violence or nothing like that. And really everybody should keep their damn hands to themselves, but for that reason is why they're saying this, is what I'm hearing. They said because I almost feel like it's a same sex type of situation, not necessarily a same sex relationship, but I feel like some of y'all might have some motherfuckers like trying to run up and get done up, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. They gonna run up, they gonna get done up. You see what I'm saying? Um, and that may be where you have to show somebody the real you. It could be the fact that you have to defend yourself, that you have to speak up for yourself in some way, that you have to come to your own aid and defense, where somebody who might have thought that you was a punk, that you was just gonna bitch up or keep bitching up or bitch up forever, they see, or they gonna see, spirit gonna allow you to push through your fears to be able to show this real you. Might be able to show how passionate, how much you give a fuck about whatever this is or whatever. But at the same time, you know, you might have to remember to remain balanced within this. So, all right, some for somebody I heard, make sure you have your facts straight. Um, for some of y'all, like your partner may accuse you of a lot of shit, but they just don't have any proof of that shit. And for some of you, it's because you're literally getting rid of the proof that they could have. For others of you, it's more so because they really are guilty of whatever they're accusing you of, and they're projecting onto you. And for some of you, it's reminding you of a past relationship where you might have did this to somebody else, or somebody, or your past person might have done this to you, whether it was a boss, whether it was a parent, something like that. Um, for some of you, I heard you trying to prove somebody wrong about a particular situation or person. Um, for some of you, it has to do with your love life or whatever. A new romantic cycle begins. For some of you, It's literally the fact that you have to leave this shit behind so that you can have something better or whatever, especially with this, don't let your past hold you back, don't let pride get in your way. Like, for some of y'all, like, you might be coming out of a relationship, like where I said, where somebody was verbally, emotionally, physically, or all of the above abusive, even spiritually abusive. Um, might have, spiritually manipulated you to remain in a relationship or to get into one. Um, and now that you've broken free of that, and now that you want to head in a new direction towards a new romance, a new life, whatever, a fresh start, um, you're trying to give to yourself rather than allowing people to keep taking from you. These people might be a little bit upset. They might feel left out in the cold or whatever. For some of you, you needed to hear this reading, or you needed to get a reading, or you've gotten readings in the past that told you this. Um, because the Egyptian blue lotus, like, it is a herb that you can use to open up your mind, you open up your third eye, open up your brain, so that you can really see things for what it is. And maybe this reading is confirmation for you. Maybe you've had other readings in the past that confirm this for you, and it took you a minute to actually hear what was there, or maybe to um apply what was told to you in these readings into your actual life. And everybody takes, their own time to do certain things. But I also feel like with this energy, that shit is played out like an A-track. I feel like it's some of y'all that might be a little bit bitter because in that scene in Love Jones, Nina was packing up. She was moving out of, the apartment or whatever that she shared with her former fiance at that point. Um, and I just got a notification on my other phone, so that might be confirmation for somebody. She was moving out with her long term partner, was supposed to be her fiance or whatever, and she was like, love is played out like an A-track, like ain't nobody doing that shit no more, basically. Um, because of how things, ended or whatever. Her and Josie, which was her homegirl, they ended up going out to a bar, and that's how she met Darius Lovehorn. I got all of these notifications coming in on my other phone, so this must be spot on for somebody. 33 could be significant, 32. Um, the seventh could be significant, but regardless of all of that, remember she met Darius in there, which was that interference from this energy. You see what I'm saying? It threw her off. Um, for some of you, literally what you're working through, the fears that you're working through is fears of whether you are good enough, worthy enough to be with a particular person or be with anyone at all. Or these are the things that you've been working on throughout these moon phases. And I feel like what you are going to be rewarded with is exactly that, is new love with this new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. Um, yeah, your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. Like, so the divine is gonna, yeah, look at this shit, y'all. Can't make it up. Luck is on your side. So, yeah, your hard work is paying off and luck is on your side. Like, and it's funny because in my notes on Instagram last night, it was like 7-Eleven, and I was like, ooh, lucky 7-Eleven. Luck be a lady tonight, right? And I love the song Luck Be a Lady, um, by Frank Sinatra, Old Blue Eyes and shit. So, um, go listen to that song. I know it's an old song, like for some of y'all, it's a really old song, but for others of y'all, it's like it's still about. But anyway, um, I feel like for some of you, if someone tried to interfere in this relationship, the interference was only gonna last so long. Like nothing is gonna come of this interference. You know what I'm saying? If somebody was trying to throw you off possibly from your transformation, nothing is going to come of that. For some of you, you have been in a space where you've been meditating, you've been contemplating, you've been balancing your energies on purpose. For some of you, that is the exact reason why Spirit put you into an isolated state where they took you away from everything and everyone. For some of you, this gives very much so cabin in the woods energy. Um, was so that spirit could get you to itself, so your spirits could get you to themselves, so that you can really focus on yourself and them, focus on your spiritual journey, and for some of you to restore the faith that you may have lost in your dreams, in your journey, in your spirituality, in your religion, in the divine itself, and from that, I feel like you were able to also be taught to surrender to the divine at you know different times. I feel like you have challenged, is what I'm hearing, challenged the divine plan, or have tried to tweak the divine plan in such a way that it cannot be tweaked, it cannot be adjusted. This contract cannot be bent or broken or changed in this particular way at this particular time. Now, in other ones, yes, God will be a little bit lenient, like, all right, you deserve that because you learned this lesson over here and you did kind of do that kind of quick. I didn't expect that, so I'll give you this. But for some of you, one of the hugest lessons was learning to release things, learning to surrender to the divine, but most of all, to expect that your dreams will come true and expect powerful change. For some of you, it's literally been doing the paperwork to make sure that this happens. And for some of you, that's literally what's between you and whatever you desire. It could just literally be paperwork. You filling out something, you signing something. For some of you right now, your commitment is being tested. Maybe this whole experience has been because Spirit wants to know how committed to this are you really. For some of you, you've doubted that. Um, for some of you, you've been going back and forth in your brain, in your spirit, in your mind, however you want to put it. You've been in two heads and that two of swords energy where you don't know what's next. But I feel like the answers to that is coming, and I feel like if this is a new relationship, just make sure that you do know that you are good enough for this. You are good enough to take this on. You are good enough to succeed. You have everything that you need to succeed. And if you are concerned for any loved ones, if you are concerned for the relationship that you are going to have with a particular loved one, just remember that this relationship, this connection, your loved ones are safe. You are safe. But remember too that communication may be key with whatever this is. Um, for some of you, if you've been in a battle with your loved one, if you've been in, you know, a beef, if you've been beefed out with your significant other, for some of you, I have out here Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, Cancer, and Capricorn is in my hands. So you can have these placements, or one of you has this as a sun sign, or you're just in that energy. But a tough cycle is coming to an end. If y'all been beefed out, y'all about to stop being beefed out, and you gonna make up, or you gonna completely split ways. But I feel like whatever it is, whatever energy it is, whichever way it's leaning towards, is gaining momentum, and whatever this issue is coming to a resolution. A personal resolution reaches, I mean, a personal issue reaches resolution. So again, that's coming out on top of the answers you need are coming. So yeah, take a time to breathe, and take a time to breathe, and Relax. Relax. You're close to the goal. You're close to the finish line. Basically, I heard don't give up now. Like, and I said this in another reading, but you've come out your cocoon. The transformation is at the end, basically. Um, your wings are drying. You're almost ready to fly. For some of you, you are literally all you got to do is just start flapping your wings and take off. So you're right there, baby. Whatever it is that has been weighing you down, that has been fucking with you, it's over, sugar. It's over. Like you might not be able to see it. You might still have a little anxiety about it. Still be a little scared. For some of you, Meg the Stallion's anxiety may resonate with you. I'll try and tag that in the comments as well, or in the description box. So look for it there. If not, just go look it up and listen to it. Um, but this way is it's over, sugar. It's over. It's up off you. Transformation complete is what I just heard, and you have done an excellent job. Spirit is definitely proud, and you're definitely about to be rewarded. So that's my time. I thank you for yours. This is Some on the Roots. Peace, y'all.